There are many ways to play a drum solo. What I'm most familiar with are these 5 ideas. Playing a solo as a part of a song, playing a standalone, unaccompanied drum set solo, playing over a vamp, playing a solo over the form of a tune, or a free-form impressionistic solo. For me, playing a drum solo is making music by myself. And I play in a very similar manner when I play solo as when I play as an accompanist to other musicians. And because one of the main problems that I see drummers struggle with is when it's time for the drum solo, they get nervous and they start playing loud and fast and lose some finesse and control over their playing. Over the years, I've figured out that I want to play in a very similar manner that I'm playing as an accompanist. So I use a wide range of dynamics. I try to play in a musical way using phrasing and interesting ideas that one idea leads to the next. So I'm in the process of making music and all these various types of solos that I play. If I'm playing a drum solo that's a part of a song, or a drum feature, it could be a drum feature, generally I will play in time with the tempo of the song. For instance, on tour with Journey, I would play a drum solo in the tune called La Du Day, and I played my solo in the same tempo as that tune. La du, la du day, la du day. So for me, it was important to keep a continuity of the tempo that was established by the tune. My solo would have a beginning, middle, and end, and then the band would come in at the end of the tune. And a lot of drummers do that. They play and they keep the tempo of the tune, whether it's Gene Krupa playing Sing, Sing, Sing with Benny Goodman, or Cozy Cole with Topsy Part 2. But some drummers go a little more free form. John Bonham played more free in his drum feature called Moby Dick. Whereas Ron Bushy and Iron Butterfly with In-A-Gadda-Da-Vida kept that solo in time and in the groove. Then there's the standalone drum solo piece. And for me, the inspiration came from Max Roach when I heard him play The Drum Also Waltzes and For Big Sid and the various solos that Max came up with, where he would come up with thematic material and then develop that as a standalone drum set piece. Usually there was something very melodic, a thematic idea, and then there would be variations on those ideas. But the main idea is it's not part of a tune per se, it is its own tune, it's its own piece of music. Soloing over the form of a song is an art form unto itself, and it's usually in the context of playing with a group, and generally a jazz group, where the band is playing a tune. In general, could be a blues, it could be a 32-bar AABA tune, or any form. And then when it's time for the drummer to solo, the drummer solos using that form. And usually the system for doing that is to keep the melody in your mind as you're playing, or you can keep the chord progression in your mind if you can visualize that chord progression. In my case, I played at the Drumeo Festival with Vital Information, and we played the John Coltrane tune called Mr. PC, which is a 12-bar blues. When I soloed on that tune, I played choruses after chorus. I played everything was in that 12-bar phrase. I think I played about 13 choruses. So that's an example of playing over the form of a song. Soloing over a vamp is similar to playing the form of a song, but usually when it's a vamp, it's a repeating figure. And a classic example is when Joe Morello soloed over the 5/4 vamp in Take 5. There's also a great example of Billy Cobham playing over the end of the tune Stratus on his album called Spectrum. And that's become a very popular form of drum solos in the context of jazz or jazz rock fusion, Latin music. It's very prevalent. So there's another great example that comes to mind is Steve Gadd playing the tune Asia, the Steely Dan tune, where he played over a vamp. And the Impressionistic solo. And this is free form, and it can be in time, it can be out of time. And to me, one of the qualities that I enjoy with the freeform solo is just the touch and the sound of the instrument, and playing in a way that can be very finesseful, it can be forceful. It's like nature in a way. It's like whatever the weather is that day is the way that you play. And one of my favorite freeform solos is a tune called Echo that's on a Tony Williams album called Spring. And just the way Tony's stick touches the cymbal, and then the ideas that he plays on the drums is pretty inspiring. So this is another form of solo, and in some ways all these types of solos can be somewhat fluid, because to me John Bonham plays a little in that impressionistic style in some of his renditions of Moby Dick. And so I'm presenting 5 solo ideas, but be open-minded. There's a lot of fluidity between these concepts. So as we get into this course, I'm going to name 5 songs with 5 drum solos. Give them a listen and think about these ideas and see if you can come up with which category each solo is coming from. Listen to the Beatles, The End, featuring Ringo. Listen to Drums Unlimited by Max Roach. I'm an Old Cowhand by Sonny Rollins, featuring Shelly Manne on drums. Listen to a Vital Information track called 7.5. Listen to Agitation on the Miles Davis album, ESP. Go ahead and leave a comment below this video and let me know what you think about these different solos, and we'll see you on the next lesson.